Hello?
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the stream.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Anything else I should know about the game before I get started?
No, you know about the stair is the most tricky part about the game, so I think you'll
Yes.
be fine.
Sounds good. Um, okay, so what name do you prefer, by the way?
Uh, you can call me Search or Elias is my name.
Okay. And what was your role on this project?
I'm a programmer.
Okay. And I'll get started with playing here. Okay, we've got the information. Good to know. And what was the inspiration behind this game?
It's just one idea that came about, and I really like flying ships
Hmm.
and steampunk themes, so I told my friend that did the art, if he could make a steampunk flying ship, and he says, yeah. So you went with it.
Nice. Whoa. Mm. How close do you have to be to get rid of a? Oh,
You have some space,
mhm.
not much, but you can miss by a little. You don't need to be right on top of it.
Okay. So yeah, I was trying to get ahead of these cargo drop-offs, but I should just wait to see exactly when they stop, and then
Yeah, they slow down to kind of trick you. Gonna put here, then they go a little further, and
okay, it's still very easy to kill yourself by going off of the edge. Um,
I got a lot of criticism because of this there.
oh boy. So um, what was the reason why you don't just like stop at the bottom of the rope ladder?
You when we were playing, testing the difficulty of the game, a common mistake we thought the game was too easy.
Hmm.
So you try to think of ways of making it harder, and that was one idea that came about.
Oh boy. Oh my god. It's still so easy to kill yourself. Um yeah, the art style is fantastic. Who was the artist on this project?
My friend Felipe Pino, it's you can see his name on about.
Yeah, I'll actually pull that open here. Here we go. Is it on the itch.io page or the
Not on their page.
Litumdare? Oh, I see. This person here?
Yes.
Nice. And have you worked together on games before?
Yeah, we study together, work together too. Uh, yeah, we've been doing games for a long time now.
Nice. All right. Well, I'll try not to get myself killed here, but yeah. So we can. Oh no! Stop. Okay, but I can pick the water up and put it down elsewhere. At first, I thought that you just had to like reposition the water on the ship to uh, balance the ship out. But I guess it's best to sort of like put the water back in the middle of the ship.
You want to have all the waters together, and then use the wage to try to centralize everyone.
Mm-hmm. Can I just quickly? And then I see if too many of them attach, even if it's not off balance, the whole ship starts to like fall out of the sky, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can crash on the ground.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, it ramps up in difficulty really quickly. I'm actually gonna let some of these. Um, okay, let's grab. So, is there like better endings for? Oh, come on! Why is the water still going? Oh, because there's that one down there.
It's best to remove the wage than trying to catch the barrels.
Yeah, I didn't
Good.
notice there was still a weight attached to the bottom there because the only thing about the nighttime shader here is it makes the boxes really blend in with the rest of the ship, so I couldn't tell that that was happening. Okay, well, if I can make it back with at least one water, then oh, well, that was interesting. I like teleported to the top of the ladder somehow.
Yeah, that's a bug that's fixed on the post gen.
Okay, I thought I don't know. I guess I didn't download the post gen version. Um, so maybe I should because I assume
Yeah,
it's
the post gen
harder.
is a lot shorter than this.
Oh, okay. So was that another bit of feedback that you got that people were saying that it lasted too long?
Yes, yes. The game was too long. He got repetitive.
Yeah, I guess unless the difficulty ramps up, does it get harder like overnight, or how does the
By
difficulty change over
as
time?
time goes, it's getting harder.
Mm,
They
okay.
will drop more wages and come faster.
Hmm. Oh, that guy's going from the front of my ship. Uh, this definitely requires a lot of concentration to succeed. So was I gotta ask, when you were playing the game internally, was anyone able to make it to the very end with all the water?
Yes, yes. It's quite easy when you get the gist of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, eh, and yet, I've got one water to sort of keep on top of here, and I think that's. No, don't you dare. Okay. Um, yeah. So, can you talk a little bit about the development process for the game?
Like
Just like literally how everything was implemented here, and like what did you get started with?
one thing the people comment say about it's a physics game, but in fact I didn't use physics. It was it was kind of messy. It wasn't behaving like I wanted it to. So and like a jam, you don't have much time to keep figuring out the stuff. So I just removed physics
Mhm.
and made a raycast, and you just snap to the bottom of the on on top of the ship. There's a collider, and you snap to where the raycast collides, and
Mhm.
that's it. There's no much mystery about it.
Nice. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, why overcomplicate things?
Yeah, physics sometimes gets some weird behavior,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
trying to make it do what you want is it can become quite annoying.
Yeah. Um, okay, well, I'm going.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
almost there.
really far. I'm gonna grab the post-gen version then because, um, yeah, I think that I'll stand a better chance. Okay, there, I see the difference. Okay, let's grab that, and hopefully this one I can actually succeed at.
I just this one is a lot easier. You won't fall the stair, then that's just a really big help.
Okay, yeah, that definitely helps. Uh, all right. So, do you have a useful shortcut or a hack that you could recommend in the Unity engine that you would recommend to others?
I don't know. A shortcut? I don't know what to say. I don't think so.
Okay. Uh, okay, so something I should test out sort of early on is that if I go down the ladder, I do stop. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
but
you
only
can go down the
temporarily.
ladder.
But you still fall
You
off if you
have to
don't.
quickly press W to come back up.
Hmm. So, Was there anything else that you considered to try to make the game more difficult other than just uh, that particular mechanic?
Yeah, we have ideas for another enemies and stuff like that. Like a bomb they'll throw, disorganize the barrels on top.
Mm-hmm.
But the gem, we prioritize to have the core gameplay well polished and with sounds, menus, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have time to spare, add other things, but we didn't have time to spare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say the only thing is that is particularly frustrating is that it doesn't feel like oh my god, it's way too easy to just fall off the edge. Um, it just doesn't feel like the game is actually difficult as much as the controls are just frustrating. And it's a really shame because I can imagine a version of this which is uh you have to really like so if you go to the bottom you can't just hold up, you actually have to mash W.
You have to match W. Yeah,
Mm.
it's for you to look some kind of penalty for you to having gotten at the bottom of the stair.
Yeah, but again, I feel like the solution is not to make the controls so punishing. Like I don't think that's the best place to inject the challenge into the game.
Let's see.
Um, that's certainly just my opinion as a designer, but I would much rather see the difficulty come from other parts of the game. Like even if there's like a cooldown on how often you can use your ladder, or um, there's a lot of things that make the game, I guess, what feels like artificially difficult, and it doesn't feel like um, it's difficult in a fair way. You know?
Yeah, I see. It would be nice to have the stair take longer to throw down and come back
Hmm.
up. That
Yeah,
will certainly make the game more difficult.
yeah. Like if you had to be more considered about where you could deploy them, um, and it wasn't just a like reflex reaction to stop yourself from dying each time, and especially like being able to like just walk off the edge when you're just trying to save a water barrel. Like I guess at that point it's better to just let it fall and not go to not try to grab it.
Depending if it's too on the tip, you just let it go.
Yeah, I definitely realize that now, but that's what ended my previous run. So because yeah, like I think the core gameplay is really neat. Like I love the idea of it. I think it's a great fit with the jam theme, and I want to say, like I want to make it clear. I really like. Oh no, I'm not trying to pick these up. I'm trying to cut this down. Oh my gosh. Okay, and
Just
just like
save
that, I'm down
one
to just
barrel
one.
and the rest just let
Well,
it
that's the
go.
thing. I wasn't even trying to save the barrel. I was trying to just cut these down, but because the barrel's in the to pick up the barrel, oh, I technically win. Um,
Oh,
because yeah, that's right on the edge. Um, because the button to pick up the barrel is the same as the button to cut the box loose. I was trying to cut the box that was directly underneath me because I know you don't actually have to deploy a ladder to be able to do that. But
yes, yeah.
as a result of that, I kept picking up the barrels instead.
Yeah, I put the barrel as priority, but
Mm-hmm.
I could have put it away. I don't know
I
which one
think.
would be better.
I mean, I assume that the player always wants to cut the boxes down. So I think it would, if
Yeah,
you're going to prioritize one or the other, I think it should be cutting the boxes.
and now that we are talking, it makes more sense to put the wages as a priority, not the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
would
because
change that on the post jam.
I think that if you can prioritize cutting the boxes down, and then the way that you can have the difficulty ramp up over time is maybe at first they start with mostly putting the boxes near the top of the ship. You don't even have to use the ladders yet. And then after they've put a couple there, then they start to put more and more towards the bottom. Like you bias more of the boxes towards the bottom of the ship, so the player has to go further each time to cut them down.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a cool idea.
okay, good. Uh, these are just the suggestions as far as I see them. Like, don't feel like you absolutely have to do it this way. It's just, um, I think it would be a better source of difficulty because one thing that you might notice, especially if for anyone who's a longtime follower of the channel, is that you you can make games that are difficult without making games that are frustrating. Like you can actually make the game harder, but then reduce the difficulty required. So one example I have of that is the game we just made, and it's going to take too much time for me to actually open it to show this off. So I'm just going to do a quick drawing. So here's a platform, and we've got our little character here, and in the game we had this lava on the ground that was like this. And because the lava was actually above the ground, it meant that the hitbox was like this, so you could hit the lava just by walking into it. And I was expecting the player to jump from here over to the other side. But it was really frustrating because just like by walking forward, you would touch the edge of this lava and you would take damage and die. So what I did was I took the lava and just moved it down into the ground like this so that it was an actual pit. And then that let me actually increase the distance of the jump because now the player can get right up to the edge without dying, and it made it possible to make a further jump because you didn't have to worry so much about dying to just by walking into the lava. So I was able to make the game more difficult because now you actually have to make a farther jump than you did before, but it's less frustrating because it's easier. It's harder to just walk into something and die by mistake.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember that. Now that you were talking about this plan, I remember that when the player jump, you put a little bit of time before that he can still jump before he leaves the ground.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it's the so-called peyote time, so that
yeah, yeah,
and that's also a part of it. That's another part of making the game less frustrating is including mechanics like that. So there's a lot you can do to make the game less frustrating then still more challenging. As I said, like you can increase the amount of difficulty in the challenge that you present to the player. You're just trying to remove the layer of frustration where it's like it's a little too easy. Um, if I was to like run down the things that I think need to be changed, one, it's too easy to just run off the side and die. Um, Two, I think it's like you don't have to start sliding down the ladder immediately. I think you can just have it so that you can press down to deploy the ladder and start climbing down as long as you hold the button down, but that it shouldn't be possible to just walk off the bottom of the ladder. Like the player character would never do that, so why is it even a possibility? Um And as we hit the night segment here, I think that the color of the boxes uh, too closely matches the ship. So maybe either you can change the tinting on the boxes themselves, or maybe the little plungers could have little blinking red lights on them or something, so you could still easily tell where you have to be. So those are the three things that I think are critical and would really help out the game. Aside from that, I think it would be nice if um, maybe you could add in some potential like optional objectives to try and collect replacement water. Like maybe it would be possible. And then this gives you a reason to risk going off the bottom of a ladder. Like imagine if uh, other ships carrying water appeared along the bottom here, and you could jump off of one of your ladders, grab water, and then jump back onto your ladder and climb back up onto your ship. And then that puts you at a really significant risk of dying. but it also gives you an opportunity to, replenish the water that you had.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool. I like that idea.
Okay, good. Um, so that would give you a reason to actually be able to go off the bottom of the ladder. And for that reason, it might be good to because you there's no jump button in the game right now. So maybe you don't actually have to, or maybe you actually add a jump button in the game so that you actually have to press a button to jump off the bottom of the ladder. In the same way that you'd have to like grab a barrel and then jump back to grab your ladder to climb back up. Um, so having a dedicated button to fall off the bottom of the ladder intentionally. And that way, no one can fall off the ladder by mistake. They actually have to hit the jump button. And if they went to the bottom of the ladder and they jumped when there was nothing underneath them, that's their fault. They died. Like, you can't just walk off the left or right side of the ship, but you can, if you press space to jump, then, you jumped off the ship. What did you expect? Um, so I think that could definitely help. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I guess though that would be the pretty much everything I have in mind to make as far as recommendations for the game.
Yeah, that's cool. I like those ideas.
Okay, good because I just walked off and died again. All right. Well, at least I was able to win just the one time. So, do you plan on continuing development of the game?
Not really. Just make some adjustments to someone that comes to play can
Hmm.
not be frustrated about it.
Okay.
But other than that, no.
Sure. So the whole idea of like jumping down onto other ships and grabbing the water, I can understand that that is a lot of development effort. So you don't have to bother with that idea. But I think as long as you make it so that, uh, most importantly, you can't slide off the bottom of the ladder. I don't think that has to be a part of the game. Secondly, I don't think you should be able to walk off the edge of the ship. I don't think that that should be a part of the game. And then thirdly, I think it would help to, put the little red dots on the nighttime phase of the ship to make sure that you can still see them and you don't lose them in the with the nighttime shader. So those are the three things that I think are critical to helping the game, to be just a little bit better and to remove the frustration. And then, as I said, like once you've made those three changes, then you can make the experience last longer. Then you can increase the number of ships that start putting them towards the bottom. Oh, and then of course the fourth one, right? Prioritizing cutting the boxes over the barrels, picking up barrels. You definitely want to make sure you get those four fixes in.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So do you have any other projects of yours that you'd like to plug, or where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Itch.io
Hmm.
and Facebook, Twitter. If you got to my Itch.io, you have the link through all social medias.
Yep. Okay. I
I
can
like to post my
definitely.
games just to see if someone could be interested in playing it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so yeah, I can see you got your Twitter, YouTube, and I actually don't recognize this icon, but yeah, there we
It's
go.
my website,
Okay.
a generic
Oh, it's a
icon.
homepage. Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, yeah. So thank you so much for bringing the project on and sharing it. And if you do make
yeah, thank you.
some of those changes, then I'd be more than happy to give the game another try, and we can talk about the sort of post jam experience.
Yeah, I'll be doing that next week or so.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thanks again for submitting your project, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Bye bye.
Bye.